Hey, what's up? It's Justin Jar with Polyphase. Let's go over importing some models. So currently, the best way to import models is by using a GLB file. We're going to use some models from the Kenny Platformer Kit, along with some open source character models that you can find on Github. I put the links in the description below. Let's create a new folder. Let's call it Models. Let's right click, import asset. Okay, so let's import coin gold. And right here, when you try to import a mesh, you'll see as scene, as multiple objects, and as single object. So importing as a scene basically imports everything in a GLB file as a scene. This also includes the textures and also creates materials as needed. So say if you had a chest with a top lid and a bottom base and you wanted the top lid to rotate, you should probably import that as a scene. If you use as multiple objects, this will import every individual mesh inside of your GLB file. But when you drag them onto the scene, they might not match up relative to each other. And lastly, as single object. This is what you use when you want to import skeletal meshes or just plainly import a single mesh. When importing characters with multiple meshes, you'll also be provided a material slot per mesh. Okay, let's get back to our tutorial. Let's import as single object. And as you can see, it imported the textures and created the materials. So let's drop it in. And there we have a coin with the materials applied. Look at that. Has textures auto applied. Okay, let's try importing a scene. Let's go and import the chest. Let's import as scene. Settings look good. Import. And just like the coin gold, the textures and the materials are all here. So you can see that we have our top lid right here and we can open and close it. And that's how you import a scene. Okay, let's import a character now. Let's use this character Sophia. We'll import as single object since it'll be a skeletal mesh. So now we hit import. And as you can see, it imported all the textures, created all the materials needed. And let's create a new skeletal mesh. And scroll down and assign it Sophia. And look at that. There she is. Let's move her forward. And she has some animations. So let's open that up. We can view her animations over here. You can preview all her animations if needed, like run, jump. Okay, let's set her to idle. Scroll down, default animation, type in idle, and there you go. Now let's go over importing textures and creating materials. To test this out, let's delete the material for Sophia along with her diffuse. Hit Ctrl S to save. Let's reopen the project so that things update. Before you import a texture, there's one important thing to know. So Polyphase works best with power of 2 textures. This means that both the X and Y resolution have to be a power of 2. So that means 1024 by 1024, 64 by 64, 32 by 32, you get the picture. You can also import either as a square, 1 by 1, or as a rectangle, 2 by 1. The engine will also pad your textures if needed. But keep in mind that you may have to update your UVs to match your meshes. Okay, so let's right click on Sophia's folder, import asset, and let's find her diffuse texture. We can see her texture over here. Let's go to her main material and drag in the texture. Look at that. Hit save. And we're good to go. If you ever want to downsample your textures, you could just double click on your texture and type in, say, 4. And now on build, it will recook the texture 4 times smaller. That's how you import meshes and textures into Polyphase. Keep on creating, and good luck.